Hi, my name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer, and I've been doing technical analysis for over 10 years on multiple assets around the world. Let me give you your macro technical analysis for Bitcoin. Total 3, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, the DXY, gold, S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, and more. I'm going to show you another chart that's going to blow your mind that can help you capitalize on a cryptocurrency trend that's happening as we speak. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's first start with our favorite friend in the room, Bitty Bitcoin. Shout out to Bitcoin. Bitcoin doing great. And the weekly candle looked like it's going to close above 67,200. That's all that matters for me this week. We just want to make sure the weekly candle closes above 67,200. If we don't do that, we're likely going to come test 65,500 one more time. And if we lose that, we got to start talking about 64, 62,000, and then that dreaded 61,500. But ever since we got back above 61.5, those 2 weeks there, we have so far been in the green on the way to the upside. So I see Bitcoin as having broken out already, coming down for the retest, and ready to do damage. Today, it came down for a retest on the daily, and, you know, it's okay. We're just making a bit of a flag. The daily could come back down, hit the 21. To me, it looks like we're just flagging out here, getting ready before a bigger move to the upside. One thing I always talk about, and I made a Twitter post about, and, you know, we're watching this symmetrical triangle as well that we did break out and we're retesting. Whenever the moving averages on the daily get this close and tight, like see how close they were there? Super tight, big move came. They got super tight there, big move came. They are very close together. Whenever the daily, moving averages are this close, 90% of the time, especially when you're in an uptrend, a confirmed uptrend, 90% of the time you're going to the upside. So I am firmly standing on the fact that Bitcoin is going to be likely somewhere into the $78,000 region within about a month to 40 days from now. And I could be wrong, but the probabilities are very, very high that that's likely going to happen. Again, anything could happen. We'll take it one day at a time. If we lose the daily 200 MA, then I have to flip short. But up until now, we broke above the 200 MA in the daily. We retested the top of the trend line. These are all bullish signs. There's a point of control right there you're holding to. You stay above that, there's a good chance you continue to the upside. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin overall here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. And so far, everything is good. If we break back inside this pattern, I will turn somewhat more concerned. If we lose the 200 MA and this point of control, I will flip back to being more bearish until we can get back above it again. So that's my parameters. That's where I sit. I am overly all bullish for Bitcoin. And so far, it's been doing bullish things. There's no reason to look bearish just yet. I'd love the weekly candle to close above 67.2. Very important that we do that. Total market cap and a giant cup and handle. Also, in my humble opinion, broke out of the trend line like Bitcoin did, right? But it's retesting the top two as well. A little closer to the daily 200 MA. Same scenario here. We really kind of need a bounce for Bitcoin like tomorrow or, you know, on Saturday, because otherwise, like, the whole market could slip back below these trend lines, and then that means they could fall back to their bottom. Like, so the point of having a channel is once you break out of a channel, if you break back inside the channel, the odds of you dropping to the bottom of the channel become very, very high. So you do not want to see the total market cap break back inside, and that number is going to be like 2.2 trillion. We really want to see this consolidate, stay above, and continue to the upside. So far, it looks great. The 3 days plan, you know, looks like it could reset a little bit, but the bigger time frames like the weekly and the 2 week, they're saying this is your time to shine. We're getting ready for a massive move. It may just take a couple more weeks of consolidation before we get our bigger move. We take total 3, and total 3 looks very similar. The cup and handle, right? Samuel cup and handle, Sammy cup and handy. Looking nice, but we're getting tight inside more of a flag. What this did differently was we bounced and then kind of already started to consolidate pretty nicely. So the altcoins look a little more bullish than total, right? For whatever reason. Like, you know, Bitcoin's kind of battling us a little here, but the altcoins look bullish. There's a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. They're getting tight. The altcoins say a big move is coming. We're going to break to the upside. Things are just gearing up and consolidating. Tight moving averages on the 3-day. Whenever I've seen that with a low, a high, and a higher low, a massive move has ensued. This is telling me that maybe next week and definitely 2 weeks from now, I do not see how we're not on our way to 682 billion or maybe pushing past it on the total market cap for all these altcoins. Again, I could be wrong, but I'll know something will change. That we'll lose the 200 MA on the 4 hour. We'll fall back inside this pattern. Again, if we lose this trend line and we drop here. So look, if we drop and we lose this trend line, we drop anywhere in here and then we drop in there, then we're likely going to continue to drop. Bitcoin dominance looking absolutely lovely. Like we said before, getting ready for a big Bitcoin move. suggesting Bitcoin is going to rally up this, because this is how Bitcoin would look if it was going to go on a massive run. You'd have a parabolic type play, and this is a rising wedge that breaks up parabolically. Does not look like it's going to break down, has momentum. This is telling me to watch some of your altcoins. It may not be a huge move. It's going to be the Bitcoin move first, and then that money will trickle into the altcoins. But this is telling us that a move for Bitcoin is coming. Then we look at the 3-day chart for here, and you see we have a head and shoulder pattern on Tether that's forming down. No one wants to be in Tether right now. They're selling their Tether off for altcoin, a meme coin, Bitcoin. There's just so many other alternatives. It's in a giant inverted cup and handle about to break down. That has not changed. Yes, the 3 days a little oversold, oversold there, but just look for a bearish retest and a curve to the downside. You take a look at your daily, and your daily is, coming up, but lackluster. What we want to see is this continue a bearish retest, make this bear flag, and then break below that 200 MA and really let the games begin. So the rally will really begin when the DXY, when Tether Dominance, this is Tether Dominance, when Tether Dominance decides to break the 200 MA. This is how much money is in Tether Dominance, which is very similar to the DXY, but it isn't. We want to see, once we break this 200 MA, boom. We look at the DXY. The DXY is also in a flag. One thing about this, though, is Trump gets into office, he likes a strong dollar. I could see Bitcoin and the dollar pumping hard. What if he raises tariffs? What if he makes the dollar a lot stronger around the world? If he couples it to better products and for a stronger United States economy, the dollar could actually rally a little bit. The way I'm looking at here, the 21 comes in, we hold. There's a chance that this does flag out. We are at a resistance. Watch this very closely. But, it's starting to tell me that there's a chance that Bitcoin and the dollar pump together for a couple weeks on and off. And they don't have to be completely inversely correlated, especially with Donald Trump in office. He's warming up the Bitcoin. He loves the US dollar. In his world, both are strong. And if he gets into office, I think that will definitely have some type of effect here. And you're starting to see the charts convey that message. Gold. I told you gold was going to break out of this. It did. I showed you the flag. It did. I showed you that flag. Same thing's likely going to happen here. Look for gold to flag out again. I'm drawing my flag yet again. It's going to flag, and then it's got its bigger leg. I see gold headed all the way up to $3,000 an ounce somewhere by the end of December. Gold is on a massive tear. They're printing so much money, everybody. They have to print $3 trillion every 3 months. It took 200 years for us to get our first $1 trillion in debt. Now they make $1 trillion in debt in 3 months. All right? So $1 trillion in 3 months. I mean, it's insane. We're adding to the debt at an astronomical level. It's unsustainable. The S&P futures will react when they continue to print money, and that money will flow into the market. This is a rising wedge. I do not see how the S&P doesn't pump. The daily getting oversold. This is getting ready. I've been bullish on the S&P since here, right? Have I failed you yet? No. I see the S&P continuing to the upside. Even a stop loss here. Here's a new trade. The old trade's still up, though. Here's a new trade. Enter now. Stop loss there to the S&P to 66,692. And this could easily happen, too, by mid-December. This could be a massive rally. The only thing it shows me that we may get a really horrible pullback in January or February, because if we go on such a rally in the next 2 months, there's going to have to be some pain after that gain. We take a look at the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ also says the same thing. A beautiful ascending triangle with higher lows getting tight in the moving average, above a high volume node with low stochastics resetting. Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. This is getting ready to move. The NASDAQ looks absolutely hot. And last but not least, I wanted to add Tesla here. Here's my call for Tesla just 3 days ago. With the Bitcoin connection, I got a call for Tesla right now. The entry was like a few days ago, but right now still you could even tweak this. Stop loss somewhere below 142, and we're going to take it to 600. You can write it down right here. Entry now, stop loss at 142, take profit at 660, 648, and I'm sticking to it. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, tight moving averages on the daily oversold. 2-week chart, weekly chart, kind of resetting, getting ready for a move. I see Tesla about to break out and break out hard. Something's happening with Tesla. I don't know what it is, but the charts say, that robot, something's going to come out. I don't know what's going on. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom here too as well. Ready to rock to the upside for Tesla. I am very, very bullish on Tesla. You just opened up a can of worms for me, baby. So that was my call for Tesla, right? And look what happened. 3 days later, on the 3-day chart, I gave, Tesla booms to the upside. Stop loss could be shaved a little bit, and you're already in the green. The entry for Tesla, 215, in massive gains at 267. You got to love that for Tesla. I see Tesla continuing Once it gets back above 287, there's a huge gap up to 403 for Tesla. I talked about Sol Ethereum, how people are going to run to Sol. It's faster, it's better. Ethereum just really isn't the one. I'm telling you right now, I've known this for a long time, and people hate on me when I say it. I stopped buying Ethereum a long time ago. I bought in at 89, a couple with 300 here and there, but I really haven't bought any Ethereum since it was like $400 or $500 a long time ago. Solana, I put 100 grand in Solana way before I put 100 grand in Ethereum, and I did that at 109. Solana beating up on ETH, and I see this continuing. It just broke out, and this is the beginning of a major rally for Sol to beat up on Ethereum. That is your macro technical analysis, everybody. I'm back now, but I just wanted to let you know that is your macro technical analysis, breaking it down for you, showing you what's likely going to happen in the markets for the next few weeks ahead. Come here every single Friday to get a big zoomed out picture of what's happening in the markets, so you're not emotionally running after your leverage trades, going crazy on small time frames. Take a deep breath, have a large long-term game plan, and people that do that are likely to make it. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.